All right, you know what it is, man. This one's about wolves in the hood, man. This one's definitely about wolves in the hood. So sit back. This is street story, street chronicles, hood story, whatever you want to call it. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and let's do what we got to do. All right? And also listen to this special announcement, man. We got it in order, man. So, you know, y'all continue to send the Cash App to represent the movement. All right? Special announcement, man. This is what my Cash App look like. It must have that green checkered box to the right of my name. No picture of me. None of that. This is exactly what my Cash App look like. Once you put in unique Mecca Hall and you get ready to send it, it must have that green checkered box. Let's get this thing going. All right? Now, let me tell you about how wolves work in the hood, man, so you understand. I feel like giving a street story today, so this is a little bonus, you know. I know I don't even normally put my videos on this late, but I want to give y'all a wolves in the hood, you know. All right, back in the day, you know, you see a dude getting money and he got a spot, you know. Back then, the landlords and all that didn't even come to check up on the properties. You know, they had superintendents. My old school people know about the superintendents. Gunshots to the superintendent. Gunshots to the superintendent of the building. You know what I mean? Because that's always our best friend. If you want to start a spot, what you would do is you'll go to any building in whatever neighborhood you wanted. And when you go to that building, you go to the super. You ask, where's the super? 9 times out of 10, they living in the basement. So you go to the basement, you get the super, you tell them, I'm trying to get an apartment. And, you know, he'll take you upstairs, show you what he got. And, you know, we didn't deal with realtors back then. So I'm giving y'all history, man. You know what I mean? That's why I've been showing about the Cash App. Make sure y'all get that right, the greenhouse on the side. Now, you go to the realtor, non-existent back then. I mean, I come home in 2023 and everybody is going to realtors, you know? The superintendent ran everything. That was God for the premises. Because they normally had the people that owned the buildings, you know, no disrespect, just keeping it 100. You know, the Jews owned the building. You know what I mean? The Jewish people. You know what I mean? It's no disrespect to them. But they owned the buildings, but, you know, they figured that, you know, where these buildings are living, that it was so savage. I mean, savage, you know, that they were scared to even come in our hoods that they invested their money in, that at one time was upkept, to now that's being ran down by drugs to check on their investment. So they'll talk to the super via phone, and the super would tell them something like this. Check this out. He'll tell you, tell the owner of the building, apartment 4G not working, 5A, 6B, 2A, 2C, and, you know, he said the plumbing is bad, this is bad, and he make up all these things that's bad with the buildings, you know, that's not working, that he know it's going to cost a lot of money to fix, and he know that this man is not going to invest the money in it to fix it, and he's not going to come down and check it. You know what I mean? Then he go, the super would go get a crackhead, you know, that was, you know, at one time a certified plumber, electrician, and everything else, carpenter, and would get them to fix up the building and invest his little crumbs in it, because you're paying the crackheads by crack. So you give a crackhead a $10 valve and he'll sit there and he'll work all day on your building, you know, hook your apartment up. So now the apartment is fully renovated and ready, and then here comes somebody like me saying, I'm looking for an apartment to rent because I want to put some weed in there or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, you be straight with the landlord, because the landlord is gonna be your security for the building. When police come, anything come, they're going to look out and you break the landlord off with some change. Big shout out again to the landlords, the superintendents, you know? All right, calm down. Big shout out to the superintendents. You know what I mean? The superintendent of the building, we just call him the super, you know? So now they get the apartment, they tell us, give us $400 for the month. 3-4 bedroom, you're paying $400 for the month, and you're literally making like $4,000, you know what I mean, within the hour, you know, once you open up shop. And you break the landlord off with a little G a week or something, and he makes sure everything is good. He sweep the front of the building. He's living there, and he'll come sit out front, drink his little beer, whatever. Y'all remember the super, you know, drink his Ripple, you know what I mean? Or his night train. Y'all remember the night train. Gunshots to the night train. That's the first liquor that I drunk, hard liquor that I drunk in my life. I was about 11 years old, couldn't take it, a little pint, you know what I mean? I drunk that joint. It tasted like Kool-Aid, and I'm with some older dudes, and I go take that joint all the way down, and I'm so drunk, I couldn't even stand up. You know, that's how I learned about that hard liquor from that night train. But the super is out there all night, you know what I mean? Like the conductor, and he's running everything, and whatever happened, he might beep you, because we didn't have cell phones. We had beepers. Tee, 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 tee. Y'all remember the beepers. So he might beep you and tell you that, yo, police keep coming by the building, or, you know, dudes is selling drugs outside the building. Now, if dudes is selling drugs outside the building, that's where you go and you got to make sure you clear the block out. So now you go out there and you just let the gunshots out. I'm talking about you just let the gunshots out when dudes is out there. That's it. Ain't nothing to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't do that, you become food. You understand? Now, I say that, and that's where it's going to bring in the wolves. You got dudes that'll have people in front of their building selling drugs, and the super call them, tell them that, yo, dudes is down there selling drugs, and then they'll call, you know, me or somebody else, or go call another wolf and say, yo, I'm trying to get, you know, my building cleaned out. They got too many people out there, you know what I mean? And they say, I give you 5,000, I give you 10,000, send one of your peoples over there, you know what I mean, to go clean out the building. Of course we take that. You know what I mean? We take that. Gunshots. We'd be a fool not to. You know what I mean? Give me that 5-10 grand. So now we go clean the block out. You know what I mean? And we get their spot running back right. But once we get it running right, being that they came to us in order to be the security, that means that they don't have no security. So now they become food. That's where the wolf mentality come in, where we start, dripping blood from the fangs. And you know what I mean? Dripping blood from the fangs. Like, oh man, this nigga sweet. And he get money, he giving me 10 grand to do what he's supposed to do. Never. I'm going to get this spot. So now, of course, you know, I send 2 of my wolves in, and, you know, now he come back and he called me again that somebody else is out there. So every time we need a couple of hours, we send somebody out there. You know what I mean? To go, you know, terrorize him a little bit, but not too much. Just enough for him to call and know that he needs assistance. Get that little money, and then, you know, when we get tired of it, then we just say, all right, we just go there and just grab him, throw him out, or run up in there at gunpoint and tell him what it is, and, you know, whatever happened from there. But you already know he ain't gonna do nothing because he already called you to come hold him down at gunpoint. So these are the things that a wolf look for. You know what I mean? We look for weakness. When we see weakness in somebody, like, you know, I was talking to my mother. Y'all might get mad at this, but, you know, I keep it 100. You know what I mean? I'm burnt out. You know, yeah, I'm burnt out. I said it, you know. But 26 years in federal prison, waking up every day with life plus 20 years, you know, in a sentence where they're expecting you to die in federal prison. You know what I mean? If that don't burn you out some type of form or fashion, you know what I mean? You ain't human. You know what I mean? So I'm a little burnt out. I'm talking to my mother today, and my mother asked me to do something. She asked me to make her a little lunch. You know what I mean? I'm riding. Remember, I'm just riding. I'm riding. I'm going to give you one so you see how I'm adjusting and all that out here. I'm laying down. I'm tired as hell. You know what I mean? I'm laying down, and, you know, my sister come and she said, baby bro, I'm getting ready to go back to work. You know what I mean? I said, all right, I'm so tired I couldn't even reach up to kiss my sister goodbye. You know what I mean? So I just pucker my lips up, you know, and she kissed me by, lights is out, you know, I got the music on, I'm trying to get some rest. So sis leaves. As soon as sis leaves, she just walks out the door. Then my mother calls me on the phone, and I had the ringer on, so it rings, you know, and I got to sound like an old school phone, ring loud, right? So when I answer the phone, I said, what's up, Mom? You know, I know sis just went downstairs. She said, oh, can you come make my lunch, please? Because, I make her lunch because she's, kind of bedridden, chair-ridden, sitting in the living room chair and lay back like the queen she is and just enjoy life, and we cater to her. But she said, could I have my lunch, please? And I jump up. I got to feed Mom, dude. I go downstairs. I said, Mom, why you ain't just ask sis to do it? Oh, she was in there cooking all day, the food for dinner, da-da-da-da. And, I said, Mom, but I was asleep. And she like, I said, please. I said, please. I said, school, please. I was sleeping. Yeah, that's how I talk to my mom, but that's my baby. She old gangsters. You know what I mean? So she said, nah, nigga, screw you. I said, man, let me go get your food before me and you get in it. She said, yeah, nigga, go get my food. So I go in the kitchen. I go take the food, and, the nurse was here earlier. She made my mother a little pumpkin, okra, and a piece of air-fried fish. You know what I mean? In a little dish. I put it in the microwave, put it on 1 minute and 30 seconds, took it out, put a little ketchup on it, grabbed the glass, put 2 cubes of ice and a little cranberry juice in it, and took it to my mother and was done in less than 3 minutes. And I said, you couldn't just get sis to do that? She said, nah, baby, I wanted you to do it. I said, all right, well, you should have just said that. You know what I mean? And then she said, but I said, please. I said, Mom, and I had to explain this to her. I said, Mom, no disrespect, I said, please don't mean crap to me. You know what I mean? This is me talking to my mother, but that's my baby. I keep her heart moving, I said, please don't mean crap to me. Stop this please crap, She said, my mother 88, so, right now I'm seeing that old woman arguing age, and I love it. I love to play with it and kiss all on the neck with the little wrinkles coming in. It's beautiful. So I say to Mom, Mom, why all of a sudden this please crap? She said, my mother taught me to say please. My father taught me to say please, and I taught you to say please. I said, Mommy, you taught me to say please. But then I was left in the jungle, and wound up going to prison in and out. And from all of that, when you say please and thank you in those environments, people take you for weakness, and it brings out the wolves to try you. So you have to kill your emotions, and your mannerism. That, yes, you taught me. But, I ain't been using that shit on the street. Why you gonna use it in here with me? I said, Mama Duke, you right. You know what I mean? But I'll just explain it to you, why, it pissed me off when you said please. When I hear people say please, sometimes it triggers me because I'm a little burnt out. And I go back to thinking like, I'm on the street. Niggas said please. Niggas are, like gunshots. You know what I mean? When you get please, like I'll be riding out. Remember, I'm riding out. Let me ride. I'm riding down the street, and I tell one of the homies, yo, hand me one of the beers out the cooler. You know what I mean? And he hands me the beer, and I said, give one to such and such. And he give one to such and such says thank you. You know what I mean? I look back like, nigga, is you crazy? What the hell is this thank you crap? You know what I mean? But, I had to remind them that don't ever forget while you're in the jungle that you're in the jungle, because there's always someone or a wolf lurking to look for weakness in the jungle. Cash App on the screen for this good game. Cash App on the screen. Let's get this special announcement. Special announcement, man. This is what my Cash App look like. It must have that green checkered box to the right of my name. No picture of me. None of that. This is exactly what my Cash App look like. Once you put in unique Mecca Hall and you get ready to send it, it must have that green checkered box. Let's get this thing going. All right, so let me get back to it. So I'm riding. So, we don't do the please crap. Let's get that right. But now I'm going to give you one to show you how that crap backfires, how it plays out, not even backfire. Now, I'm chilling. This a dude that, was getting money, and he was a real respectable dude. You know what I mean? He getting money. He got a little convertible, and, nice convertible too, a little convertible BMW, and, he's driving around, and, he get out, and when he get out, just his movement is not all the way hood, It's not all the way hood, you know what I mean? But, but he definitely was official. He had an official crew with him. Let's get that straight. It was official. I'm not even going to get no name. Y'all from back in the day know. But anyway, dude goes comes up to the rucker, and the rucker is where all the wolves go. So the wolves is looking for weakness. You understand what I'm saying? The wolves is looking for weakness. See, that's why I mean, I never ran around with the crew. You understand? But crews followed me. Meaning I don't need 4 and 5 people in my car. I don't even have nobody sit behind me in my car. You know, my son is like 38 years old now. You understand what I'm saying? When he was 8 years old, he was living with his mother and her boyfriend. Like I said, I'm riding. Let me ride. Gunshots for me riding. Living with his mother and her boyfriend. And I went to go pick my son up. And he gets in the back seat and he sat behind me. And I told him, nah, move to the other side, you know, behind the passenger seat. And he said, nah, Dad, I want to look out the window on this side. I said, nah, go on the other side. You're not allowed on that side. He's like, why are you not allowed on that side? You know? And, you know, this is where my mentality was at, man. So, I mean, y'all can't understand how this street screwed me up, man. It screwed a lot of us up, man. That's why you got to know who you dealing with, what you dealing with, so you don't run across the wrong person that don't have their things in order like I do today. But I actually told, and I know y'all not going to like this, I just keep it 100. I actually told my 8-year-old son, I said, nah, you got to sit on that side, nigga, because I called him a nigga and everything. Because I'm training him to be a part of the street, because this is where my whole life process was at. That's how screwed up I was. Just keeping it 100. You know, y'all put in the comments and, you know, disagree, because I disagree with that, you know, mentality now today, but I still don't let no nigga sit behind me. You know what I mean? But anyway, I tell my 8-year-old son, I said, yo, check it out, nigga. I said, get your ass on the other side. I don't care what you looking out that goddamn window. Move your ass over to this other side, because I'm not going to sit here and have you throw a rope around my neck and try and strangle me because your mama's new man or your new stepdaddy or whatever done talked you into taking me out. Get your ass on the other side. You know what I mean? I said it dead serious to him because I wanted him to understand that you don't trust nobody. I know it's sad, but it's true. You know, that's why I told you I'm going to break down that, you know, that European labeling King Von a serial killer and about the gang banging and about FBG Duck and, you know, that whole situation from a street point of view, how this go. That you could never label these young men no serial killers when, you know what I mean? Come on, man. But anyway, we going to get into that when I do that, because that's going to take me back in that drive mode. You know what I mean? So let's get it straight. So, you know, that's where we at, you know? So, you know, we at the joint. Hold up. Yo, Jel, I'm doing a video real quick.
Okay, yeah, I sent you a text, man.
All right, I'm going to get it, homie. I'm going to get it. Let me knock this out, all right?
Do your thing, man. Yeah, I'm selling in bed anyway.
Yeah, love your family. All right.
Love you too, bro.
All right. You know, that's how you respect men. When man, you answer. No matter what you doing, you answer when you're dealing with a man. You know what I mean? Period. You know, that's how you show respect, you know? But anyway, I apologize to y'all. But then now, so I had to let my little man know that now we don't play that sitting behind daddy. And when you get older, nigga don't have nobody sitting behind. He 38, he'll stamp everything I'm saying. I told this boy at 8 years old that he wasn't allowed to sit behind me because I didn't want him to throw a rope over my neck and take me out for his new stepdaddy. You know, but that's what was on my mind. And that's how I'm living. And, you know, I don't know if he gonna follow that footstep. That was the only footstep I seen, so I had to make sure he was prepared for that and he understood that. You understand? I even taught the little brother how to roll weed. I was so screwed up. You know what I mean? Had him go in the liquor store to go buy me a 40. You know what I mean? And he come back and the dude in the store didn't want to sell him the 40 and he got his face all frowned up. I went in the store. I said, dude, don't let me pistol whip you up in here, man. When my son come in here and he asks you for something for me, I don't care if it's alcohol, whatever, you give it to him, nigga. That's my son. That mean I'm out front, you know? So I sent my son in there to go get the 40 next time. So he come running back with it and he's smiling. And, you know, I just wanted him to get, you know, full-blown how things work out, you know what I mean, on the street, you know. But like I said, you know, I'm not proud of this, not bragging about it, and I'm telling you now, I know it was wrong. But I'm just sharing with you what it was like so you understand the mentality of the street and you don't know when you're going to run into somebody that has that mentality. But anyway, so, you know, dude always rode with his crew. He goes up to the rucker. And he goes up to the rucker, got the convertible and all that. Dude sees him out there, and all the wolves is out there. The wolves go to the rucker to go look for people that they feel, you know, is food. You know what I mean? So while they up there, Cash App on the screen. Remember the green little house on the side of Don't Send It. That's a fake troll that, you know, God willing, I get my hands on. You know, big shout out to you, troll. Big shout out to the dude that tried to hack my Cash App, but he didn't. He just duplicated it So he got to say the same name as mine. But anyway, so the wolves is up there. So now dude pulls up in the convertible and looking good, looking like $1 million. You understand what I'm saying? The BBS rims on it, the top down, shining, he dressed nice and all that. You know what I mean? So just to let you know, could you believe that one of the wolves grabbed him at gunpoint and put him in his trunk and drove around with him, took him all to Brooklyn and, with him in the trunk while he's driving his car hanging out. You know what I mean? He wanted to go for a ride. You know what I mean? So he put dude in the trunk and went for a ride. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Could you imagine somebody rolling up? See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all living, Cash App on the screen. Y'all living in such a good time right now that y'all don't understand how vicious and deadly and dangerous the streets are. That's what the problem is. Y'all don't realize that. You know what I mean? You don't know when you're going to run across one of these wolves. And they letting these wolves out the cage. And these wolves have been bred while we've been locked up. You know what I mean? It's just that, no disrespect to my young gangbangers, but a lot of them, if they geared that towards money or something positive, going to school or whatever, but even just think about getting money, it'll be a whole different, turnaround, But dude got him in the trunk while he's driving around and got the owner in the trunk. Takes him all to Brooklyn, go get weed, pick up his girl, and hang out with his girl in the back, in the front seat. Still got the owner in the trunk. You know what I mean? Go pick up his homeboys, hang out. And then when he done, he pulled the car over, you know what I mean? And, he leaves, and leaves him in the trunk. How you get out, I don't know, But, this how wolves and all that work, man. So could you imagine somebody rolling up on you and telling you, yo, get in the trunk of your own car you paid $50,000 for? So don't act like it can't happen, it won't happen, it didn't happen, because it does and it did happen. So don't think it can't happen again. Like, oh, they got the streets safe. No, ain't nothing safe, because you don't know when someone with that mentality is going to cross your path or you cross their path and they roll up on you. That's why I told you, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to give a gunshot. I really hate, I'm talking about I hate niggas that wear flip-flops in public. I hate them with a passion. You know what I mean? What could you do to protect yourself with flip-flops? You see cars running up on sidewalk all the time, running over people. If you walking down the street, because y'all think that nobody's shooting no more, nobody's stabbing, nobody's robbing, they got y'all illusion that the streets is safe like that. But what are you going to do if a car run up on the curb and you got to get out the way and you got flip-flops on and your little thongs on through your toes? You know what I mean? And you trying to pivot to move. Come on, man. What if somebody, I see dudes with their girls while they in flip-flops. What if somebody disrespect your girl and you got on flip-flops? What are you going to do? Argue with them? How far do you think that's going to go? You can't fight with them because all you got to do is step on your toes. What are you going to do? That's why I hate niggas with flip-flops. You can't protect yourself, so how you going to protect anyone else? How you going to protect me? Don't get caught up in society thinking it's that good, you look cool. And I mean, these dudes got these expensive $2,000 Crocs and, Louis Vuitton, thong, flip-flop shit hanging all off their feet, feeling like they cute until they run into a situation. Flip-flops everywhere. Flip-flops and teeth everywhere. You know what I mean? Dude gonna beat the crap out you, man. And then take everything you got. Might even take you and your woman and put you in the trunk of your Bentley. So don't run out there with your Bentley talking about you driving around in your flip-flops, getting too comfortable. Don't make yourself pray. That's all I'm saying, man. Don't make yourself pray. But like I said, this was about wolves. I want to give y'all a bonus for the day, man. I'm done. I'm out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. All right. Let's get this announcement, then we're going to get to closing. Special announcement, man. This is what my Cash App look like. It must have that green checkered box to the right of my name. No picture of me. None of that. This is exactly what my Cash App look like once you put in unique, make a haul, and you get ready to send it. It must have that green checkered box. Let's get this thing going. All right, so you know what it is. I'm back. I just want y'all to know, thank y'all for tapping in. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Go to my Roku channel. Unique Maker Audio. Go to the podcast, Spotify, download something. Everybody watching right now, I'm inviting you to go to Spotify or go to your favorite, what's that podcast station, and download at least one video. That's all I'm asking for. Give me an emoji and go donate one video. Download one video. Download one video, and that bypass the Cash App for those that don't feel like doing the Cash App. Go download one video from Spotify or from the podcast station. All right?
Cheers to crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, back on the strip, get back in the mix. What minutes is gift? Stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in home. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you gon' get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you gon' visit. Then you consider yourself linked in. Took front row, get used from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention was stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grands got along. A man that generated minutes on the block, did his time. Never swill to the cops, make the audio. Hit it out like 2 G's in the night. Drop top beating so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind. Spin a couple bands on the dapper pan. You got that can, he green like Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw uptown. They horn uptown, the minute they bust down. Now we on the positive, you got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, living dead. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now we're waiting about selling drugs, buying cars, buying property, they make the community yard. So we can get back to the youth them, cause they the truth them, and bless up to all the real